Hey, I'm Dr. Tom Warren, and you're watching The Plant Doctor. What I want to do today is show you the easiest way I have found to transplant zoysia grass, and it would work for Bermuda grass or any other type of spreading grass. But that's using this tool called a pro plugger. It's basically a hollow tube that comes with these rings on it. And so all we're going to do is real simple. We're just going to fill this tube up with zoysia grass. So my neighbors have beautiful zoysia grass on both sides of me, and I've got Bermuda. And what I've been doing the past couple of years is, as that zoysia outcompetes the Bermuda on either side of my yard, because zoysia will outcompete Bermuda, I've taken plugs and put it in the middle of my yard and kind of expedited this whole process. So we have 8 or 9 plugs here. Let me show you where we're going to go put them. So here in the front yard I have a mix of Bermuda and zoysia grass, and the Bermuda and zoysia starting to green up a little bit. I found out here in my area that the zoysia will green up about 2 weeks before the Bermuda, at least my Bermuda. I'm pretty sure this yard was seeded Bermuda. It does not look like 419 or Tifway or Tiff Sport or anything that's would be a desirable turf. It's kind of like Bermuda, just common pasture grass Bermuda. And when you compare it to the zoysia on either side of my yard, no matter how low I mow it, how often I mow it, stripe it up, I feel like I'm putting lipstick on a pig. So we're going to get this whole yard filled up with zoysia using the pro plugger. So all I'm going to do is dump out those plugs that we took over on the side of the house, and we're going to fill the tube back up. So I think I've got 8 plugs. So on about 1 foot centers, I'm going to do 8 holes. And 1 more. Okay. Those plugs we took on the side, we're just going to drop them in the holes. They fit perfectly. Just push them down in there. If you have one that's a little short, like this one here, the soil that came off of it is just laying right beside it. So grab the knocked off soil first, drop it down in a hole, take your plug, smash it in. So you can see here very shortly, in less than a minute, we've planted a bunch of plugs. Half a dozen plugs easy, maybe 8, I didn't count. So I got a little excess there. All right, they're in. I'm gonna take the camera and run across this so you can see what they look like. So you can see here, that's just where I dumped them out. That was some leftover soil. That's a plug, that's a plug, that's a plug, that's a plug, there's a plug, there's a plug, there's a plug, and there's one right there as well. And there's some more over here that I did before I started filming. So there's already probably 15 to 20 plugs right here that I've done in less than 5 minutes. It's real easy. So let's go back across. I'm going to show you what I do with the Bermuda plugs. It might be a little bit different than what you're thinking. So we're back where we originally pulled those plugs from. So what's left here in the tube are actually the leftover Bermuda that we pulled up to plant that zoysia. Here's what I do with these. I've been doing this for years, and I hadn't had an issue with the Bermuda taking over the zoysia over here. I take the plug and turn it upside down. This is the Bermuda plug we pulled out. Upside down into the hole. So that's what fills my holes back up over here. Now then, I'll come back over here in about a month. Once it's settled out, I'll do the same thing over in the yard where we planted the zoysia plugs. And if I see any low spots, I'll just take a little bit of sand and I'll fill that little hole in. Now don't leave any nasty comments down there at the bottom, but oh, Dr. Warren, you're not supposed to sand over zoysia. If it's just a little 2-inch diameter hole, you're fine. Now, if I was sanding the whole yard, that's a different story. So just keep that in mind. You're perfectly okay putting just a little bit of sand to fill a tiny hole in zoysia grass. And that's how you do it. So we transplanted our zoysia into the Bermuda. Right now, it's mid-March. I'm not going to worry about watering that. We get into April and May, it greens up, and I see that it's starting to dry out, those plugs. I'll just squirt it with a little bit of water from the hose. It doesn't need any supplemental water at all once it's rooted in, so I'm really not expecting to have to water that at all. As always, thank you for watching The Plant Doctor, and until next time, happy gardening.